Okie dokie. Meowdy, everybody. So I was going through my folder of stuff, as you do, and trying to revisit what may or may not be what's going on or what's left in my loose ends, because I just wanted to have more loose ends than just the tomb, because if I can't get the tomb, then I'm like, what do I do with my runs? So this is interesting. This is the castle thingy. It has blanks. I don't know what to do with the blanks yet. But what I do find interesting is that castle is in the room with the chess puzzle. In fact, I unveiled it. No, not really. I was gonna say I unveiled it via the chess puzzle, but no. The chess puzzle revealed the chess pieces. Not necessarily the chess puzzle itself. Not necessarily this itself. But it was in that room, which means you can probably try to conflate it with chess a bit. And so I looked it up to double check, so I'm like, I'm pretty sure that castling is a chess term. And yeah, it's the really weird rule in chess where you can switch the king with a rook. And I don't remember exactly how it works. I think like you can like, if you empty these spaces, I think the king and rook can switch with each other, and the king goes here and the rook goes here, and it's kind of like a defensive position thing. Is this a breakdown of it? Yeah. This king and rook switch places, and then they kind of like are both here. They don't quite switch places, they end up here. And also happens on the other side, which has an odd number of spaces, but they end up, I guess, near the king. Basically, it involves the king and the rook switching with each other. And that's interesting because that room does have chess pieces in it. So I think that that's worth thinking about, in addition to trying to input my angel sequence, if I can draw the tomb, is that I think I want to solve the chess puzzle again and see what we can do there. So let's go on to day 52. So that's another thing I'm thinking about right now. And that shouldn't be that hard to do. The main thing is being able to draw the queen and king rooms. Let's see. Admittedly, haven't been thinking about this checklist for a while, but it's one of my oldest lists of things. We have a queen in the study and her ladyship, and we have a throne room. We have a king in the throne room and the office. So I don't remember how the study works. Which room's the study again? I'm kind of blanking. But the office is common, and her ladyship, we at least have an approach to trying to spawn it, so I should keep that in mind. The throne room doesn't necessarily have a method to it, I don't think. And then if we have those rooms spawned, we probably have rooms that have the other pieces in them. So that'll be a goal for me to work on in addition to trying to spawn the tomb. So I at least have a couple things to work on. In particular, I like that goal because it's a goal that involves doing runs. Because I didn't want to just keep spawning in and be like, did I get a tomb? I guess today's a waste. Now every day I could try to solve the chess puzzle again. So it gives me an actual goal to work on. I always want to have at least 2 or more goals to work on, especially with one that actually involves me doing runs, because otherwise I'm like running blind. I don't want to just start doing blind runs into the mansion and just doing runs for the sake of it, like I'm Northern Lion doing my 5,000 days of Binding of Isaac. Like, I always need to have a goal I'm working towards so that I'm not just aimlessly wasting your guys' time. So that's what I was nervous about when my next goal was to draw a tomb, is like, I don't... Hey, the tomb. Alrighty, well, let's go check out the tomb now. Any items? Telescope and keycard. That sucks. Didn't I sleep in the place that gives me a keycard? It's kind of a dick move that they gave me the telescope because... Or that they gave me the keycard. I think this happened before, though, where the pendant is like, you can keep 2 items, but every single time I do this, I think I also sleep to keep the keycard, and then that counts as one of my 2 items, which just seems rude. Actually, this might be bugged. I think I'm experiencing a bug. These are separated by space. Is that my second silver key? Because I think I drew a second silver key last run, and it gave me a blank spot in my inventory because it's like not ready for a second silver key, seemingly. I'm not totally sure. We'll have to see if I have access to a special key. Ooh! Dice. Nice. Nice dice. Okay, so Orinda, Lydia, Rena, Joya, Dauja, Vaya, Mila, Draxus. And I wrote these intentionally in the order that that note wrote them in. So he said, people debate the true order of these things. And then he actually listed them all in that note. So that's probably the true order of them. And that's probably the clue. So first up is Orinda, the queen. Boop. Second up is Lydia with a riding crop. That's a hoe. We're talking about the tool. That's the bread paddle for spanking bread. Oh, you've been naughty. Riding crop? Yeah, you got the cap. Yeah, that should be it. Is it a riding crop? Is that what the end of it looks like? I guess it's like a tiny cat of nine tails or something. Like a little multi-part little whip thing. I don't know. I don't think about riding crops. I know. I guess I'm just vanilla. Rena is the farmer, so that'll be the hoe. Hey. Joya the baker. The bun spanker. Dauja's the pitchfork. Vaya's the chimney sweep. Meowdy. Oh, that looked weird. I think it's because they're genuinely paper thin. Yeah, there's no like thickness to them, so they can disappear at certain angles. That's trippy. Mila's the broom. There you are. And then Draxus's death. Okay. So, hopefully, because the other clue was that the 8th angel points to our dreams, so hopefully when I do this with Draxus, over here, things will open. Oh. It's behind him instead of in front of him, which is a little confusing. Draxus. Okay, and there's the 8, but which also is infinity. Interesting. So this is the 8th window, which is not in the chapel. So it was always one of the angels, but it wasn't listed. It's separately and below. Hello. The Red Prince. Oh. Oh, this is the manuscript, isn't it? It's the original version, the political one. Once, it's crossed out, there was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The red prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. The birds represent the kingdoms. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. All of the animals are the different kingdoms. It's because the Red Kingdom's a warmongering kingdom. It's about nationalism. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. What does that type of underline mean? He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves, and he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. He couldn't see beyond the red shade, he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. Oh, no, that's sad. But one day the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. It's blue sky! Sorry. The sky is parted, and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue. Those are too political. So they tried to sneak it through. She tried to code her stuff, and she tried to use coded language in her literature, but they were able to pick up on what she was implying, and they correctly identified it as a political message and made her change it. There's so much that's done in encoded things in a metaphor, and like that's why it's so frustrating when art is interpreted as just being literal and people refuse metaphor and meaning and say that you're overthinking things. Like they'll be anti-intellectual when you try to do analysis of something. It's very frustrating. And yes, there are readings that aren't always intended and so on, but like so much of the history of art is about having these deeper meanings and having this a point to it, and oftentimes speaking truth to power and getting stuff passed. And it's like, this is very insidious because even here, the upsetting kingdom is like the people, the censors were able to identify this as a political statement and censor it and force her to rewrite it when she was herself like a revolutionary thinker, and she did an act of resistance and like sacrificed everything for it. Like, so she did clearly have a point for a lot of this stuff. And it's like, as somebody who is a queer person and a media analysis type person and does video essays and stuff, like, it's very frustrating when people are so anti-intellectual is the term for it. Like when somebody just refuses to engage with the idea that there's deeper meanings and stuff, because they're often doing the work for the people that benefit from refusing these readings and like these messages from being carried across. Like this, it plays in their favor, the people in power, for art to not have deeper meaning and to just be taken very literally and just be about plot, and that's it. This is interesting. All the art's different. You have the birds that all represent different kingdoms. You have the kingdom itself. Two... those crows? Yeah, canary, crow, swan. Being flanked by two crows definitely seems to evoke Odin. I think Odin had two crows or ravens on his shoulders. And I think he impaled himself upon a branch of Yggdrasil or something like that, the tree of knowledge. And he lost one of his eyes, all in pursuit of further insight. The bird, the space. That's interesting. Well, I'm sure I'll be revisiting this. I'm short on time, so I can't screenshot it right now, but I'll be sure to document these a bit later, since I have them both in this recording. A new clue. All he needed was to find a new clue. It's just straight up circled in this, in case this wasn't obviously important. Cook and maid. Those are the statues. If he found a new clue, he would know what to do. If he knew what to do, he'd likely tell you. He'd likely find it too. For you are looking for a new clue too, for clues come together like a pair of new shoes. A lot of different variations on the rhyme crossed out. Route instead, platform 8. Oh, route 8 instead of platform 8. How many memos should be visible? He had retraced his sketches and studied the files, rewritten his theories and gone through the piles of the evidence shown to nobody known, God only known, and retraced his steps as if stretched on for miles. Dead herrings? Dead cases, lavatory closet, attic, furnace, corner cases. We know about that thing. Depart. Suspect list needed. We'll add in final illustration. Double check with Kirk about documents. The suspect list was added later, and it is important information. Is this the decoding of the thing I had to figure out? That's funny. Yeah, or not decode, it's pointing out where all the little tiny numbers were. Did I have to figure that out to get here? I don't know if I don't think I can retrace the lineage of the puzzles very clearly like that, so I don't know if I needed that to get here. If this is always just being cute and pointing out puzzles you already solved, or if it maybe is giving you a chance to notice the ones you couldn't figure out before. He had looked high and low in all of the rooms. He had searched every corner in all of the tombs. For in this case, he had checked every space. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Every space. Of the chess thing? Is the chess here? Swap the king with the rook. It just says it here. Too much overlap with the clue for the secret passage? It just says swap the king with the rook. Okay, so I need to solve the puzzle and get the king, then solve the puzzle and get the rook. So I was on the right page. I was on the right path a second ago. Note to publisher: insert small case numbers barely visible between marked woods above. If he looked and he looked under beds and in nooks, too obvious. He questioned the maids. He questioned the cooks. It was already over when he spoke to the chauffeur, who told him new clues were found only in books. To 10 or fork. Replace fork with something connected to 10. The number 10 is the part of the goal. In nooks. Is something in the nook specifically? Or is it a chess piece or something else? And tome after tome that the library loaned and the books that he had that he already owned were searched from their covers all the way through, colors. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. Tender Cipher, Luna Renamed, Uncle Ah, Draft Time 6s, Cuckoo 2. A new clue, Uncle Ah. He changed all the letters and the lines that he found. Lines as in ranks or lines as in spines. I think it says spines. He checked all the colors for each key that he wound. A nod to my uncle's parlor game. Oh, the winding key. Right, not for clocks, but for the 3 boxes. He doubled the meaning. He doubled the meaning of each seasonal greeting, as my mother used to call me. Seasonal greeting, as my mother used to call me? Mary? Mary? Mary, Mary? Gates, Gates. And found that the diction of each word was sound. Unending homophones. Yes! Right, lore, word, jor, name, gates, gates. There it is. It's called out as being about physical gates and also stepping, like footstep gates. Draft the 6s, shifted extras, the fixed stars. Remove something here? Denoted in verse. He stayed up all night and studied the maps. He laid out the floor plans and measured the gaps. And if his directory was a trajectory, it was nothing short of a full mental lapse. The entrance hall? So we're just spelling out all the clues here, yeah. From what I was told, I believe Margle's directory, does it say Margle? Is currently 22 rooms short of completion. No cause for concern yet, as Uncle has thankfully removed pump room from the draft pool. A man obsessed, and Cuckoo too, they would say as he would wander through, the best medicine is not yet evidence. If he found a new clue, he'd know what to do. And having read this so many times, having scoured over each of the lines, have you exhausted your search? Have you seen all the signs? 1 per page. Stop. Each. Ooh, we'll get to that in a second. Or is there perhaps something due? Something overlooked, but now in view? Have you really found it? Could it finally be true? If it's a new clue, you know what to do. Suspect is minor, typed, handwritten. Oh, the detail of which one's typed and handwritten, because that affects whether or not they're true or not. Typed, handwritten, typed, colors, yes. Rewind Randolph to set this up before we leave. The suspect is a minor key, major key. What is it? Rewind Randolph. I need to check a thing for later real quick. Unrelated to other stuff. Do. There we go. Just had to organize something for later. Okay. Let's check the pages. Let's see. Platform or route? So, all right. So we're doing the signs. Platform a route. Depart. Keep left. To Tanner Fork. Parentheses 10 question mark? Because some of these things are weird. Like to 10 or 10? I don't know. It says replace fork with something related connected to 10. Turn right. Oh my god, my handwriting. There's a right turn right here. Dead end. Record or record. Each stop. Platform 8. So, platform or route, depart, keep left to Tanner Fork 10, or turn right, dead end, record each stop, platform 8. What? The first one said platform or route 8, I should say. I should add the 8 there too. Let's see here. Tanner Fork is 10. Alright, so 8. And we're going to platform 10. Depart, keep left. We'd be keeping left to 7. So 8, 7, 3, 10. Depart, keep left to Tanner Fork. Turn right. Which would be this way. Because it's from the perspective of you going and driving, that'd be turning right. Let's open with paint to help us out a little bit here. And our fork, we're going. See, it can only turn right here. Dead end. So keep left, turn right, dead end, record each stop, platform 8. Not sure what to make of that. It doesn't say to turn again. What do I do here? It doesn't say to turn again after turn right. Unless I was supposed to turn right, like stage right. In which case it would be 15, 14, then 8. Because the sequence ends with 8 again. Let's see. So it's either... So it's 8... 7... 3... 10... 1... And then it's either... I'll do an arrow here. 6, 5... then another arrow to a different floor, a different row of my notebook, where instead it goes 1, 15, 14, 8. So the sequence seems to be 8, 7, 3, 10, 1, 6, 5, or 15, 14, 8. I have no idea what to do with this. I also don't totally have time right now to turn this into one of those, like, 2-hour episodes, so I think I'm gonna go do my run now. We've gathered the information. Later tonight, I'll document the pages of these books via my recording, so I can keep a hold on them and go through them in the future, and we'll review them again. And, let's see, save as... Annotated. Also go up and hit layer. I don't know why it's not saving in the same folder it's already in. Weird. But Paint's annoying like that sometimes. Interesting. I don't have any reason to think there's an interaction in here, so I think I'm gonna go back to trying to work on my chess puzzle so I can then get the king and then the rook. It's good to know that the thing I was thinking about is on the right page, because this clue just straight up called that out also, which is interesting. I was in the process of theorizing what I think castling means, and it turns out that they agree. Realizing that I need to, I keep forgetting that I should. Oh, there's probably money over here. It counts as its own dead end. I have so much money right. Oh, I froze it last time, didn't I? Yeah. All right, let's get back to our run. What was my thought process? I was trying to articulate. Shit. It's fine. I have 55 minutes before I have to stop, so let's get my run going. This game, I love this game a lot, but it also it's a genuinely a logistical strain to keep recording episodes with how long they can be, and I'm trying to like juggle that with having any kind of life or other stuff going on. The closet, I don't think particularly serves my goals, and I don't particularly have item goals right now. But, I'll do the storeroom to give me a starting key. I don't really need the gems that badly either. It feels wasteful to put the corridor this early because it's guaranteed unlocked, but definitely was tempting to do it. Workshop connects me to the foundation. Den gives me more coverage overall. Dining room would suck because then I activate it by going deep, but then I have to come all the way here, come all the way back. I'd rather not. Let's get back to the page that lists the chess pieces. I have so many fucking notes for this game. All right. Throne room, her ladyship, study, and office. Those are the biggest priorities right now. Breaker box. Oh my god. Really? Terrible. Even the hallway doesn't line up. Do I spend a dice here? Maybe, just to give myself a not shitty layout. Okay, I'll take a second den, I guess. The double den. Double den, dare you. And we're not getting to that corner. Alright, well, pantry. Some of these dead ends are relentless this run. Let me connect to the foundation. I guess the kitchen's fine, if awkwardly placed. Club sandwich. Just nom it up. I got a bunch of steps, and a lot of money, and a lot of gems, so it's actually like a comically wealthy start to a run. Unfortunately, no items, so I can't shovel and I can't break locks. I think I'd rather do courtyard over passageway right now. Metal detector. An excess of gems. Oh no, I just remembered last run being so tragic. Oh god, I hope I don't blank and accidentally forget to do one of these things when I'm just trying to plan my route. What is that? Oh, you may spend stars to draw new floor plans. We're back to 50. Is it only on day 50 or is it permanently like that after day 50 and then you have to spend... Do I have to spend stars in order to regain the ability to have buff days again? I wonder. More items in green rooms? Sure. Shovel. It's not a very puzzle-solving run, so this is actually will probably be me moving relatively quickly. I am kind of just doing a run for the sake of it right now, hoping to just happen to get a handful of relatively common rooms. We have not got shit for keys. Damn. Okay. Thankfully, I've got so many steps. Parlor turning downward sucks. Let's do the workshop. And I guess since I have the star power again, I have an advantage against the chess puzzle because I can redraw over and over again. In particular, when I get to her ladyship, I can really try to brute force that by making it redraw over and over again. Magnifying glass. T. I wonder if these spell something. Probably should have been, maybe I should have been recording them every day, but I don't find this room every day, so it's kind of, that still feels like a bit of a farce. Did it ping? I think that was I think it was notifying me of just the thing that I already picked up. Let's redraw. Let's spend my gems because it feels like maybe I don't get any more effects until I spend the gems anyway. I'd rather go up. The drawing room's fine, but I want to be able to access north. Okay, dining room is not amazing, but I'll take it before I start spamming all of my gems away. Enjoy your lunch! It's very funny to me. So we want to go north, then west, then south. We want to be able to spawn her ladies. Also, the armory is a good spawn, but awkward in that it puts me towards the wall. I would love to draw the axe again one last... Ah, the torch. Damn it. Alright, let's get the shield. I don't even know if there's anything to do with the torch. Damn it, I was really hoping for the axe, honestly. I don't have a sledgehammer, so I guess this is helpful. I don't care about the star part, necessarily. Hello, knight. I'm out of keys again, shit. Commissary is alright. Oh, there's a sledgehammer. Makes me feel silly. I don't know why I just bought it when I already have the other one. I guess just to remove it from the pool to increase my chance of drawing other things in case I happen to need them. Maybe not buy all these individually. I have so many gems right now. I could spend it for a different item. We're hoping for her ladyship, so maybe it's a waste to draw the east wing hall here because we want to go south from the armory when I get more keys. So maybe I do create a dead end here, or the laboratory. I don't have computers yet. I can do a few things with the laboratory. What are you pinging? Oh, a key. There we go. Experiment setup. So stars might be pointless. Set your dice to 2 is okay. But I already have the star effect active right now. Each time you view your map, permanently increase your lockpicking skills. Jeez. Okay. Let's save that for the end of the run and then spam it. To see how much I can increase my lockpicking skills. I don't think it has like a numerical value anywhere, so I don't really have a way of seeing how much it's doing. Remote terminal access, view active terminals. Security. We'll go to security and we'll turn security high because I have the key card already, so that's great for me. Key card system. High. Unlocked. Yeah, being able to permanently increase my lockpicking skill seems like another significant form of progression for my playthrough. So, looking forward to keeping my steps high this run, so I can hopefully spend that and the dark room. Don't love it. Ooh, 4 additional dice. That does help me avoid spamming all of my stars away, I guess. The Geist bedroom. Part of me just wants to trigger this because I never do. Die! And then it's full of dice. Oh, wait. An additional 4. Right, that's not even 4. That's 6. The original 2 still count. That's so many. I have 7 dice. It's relatively... For how powerful they are and how much it would feel like your incentive is to get them for strategy purposes, it is pretty hard to have dice in this game. There's not... You usually can't really buy them. There just aren't a lot of like systems for achieving them. The shoes turn into anything? That's just a torch. I don't need that. I don't think I really want to craft anything right now. Back to shoveling. God, imagine if I was able to do a thing that triggers whenever you open your map run last time, when I had like 300 steps or something nonsensical like that, because I had the coupon book and the salt shaker and the silver spoon at the same time, which is just deeply silly. Awkward lack of dead ends here. I think as much as I want the dice here, I should probably get the key because I'm having trouble getting them, and even the key vendor didn't sell keys. Don't think I currently have a reason to go open the lever. But yeah, probably should have... Let's go back to the beginning. At some point I really should have double-checked... Maybe I have, actually. I don't remember if I have. But the 46th room, I should have... If I haven't, I really need to write down if it has a chess piece in it. I think I largely thought that we were done with that mechanic. This gives me another key, and that's one of my reasons for backtracking here. Even if it's awkward, an awkward use of the available room space. Bonus key? Nope, coin. The attic is nice, but it's a dead end, which would suck. Let's get the gymnasium out of the way. I don't really need to shield myself against this one, so I'm not going to use my shield. Storeroom or closet. Do I redraw with the hope of getting a conservatory? Yeah. Come on, man. I don't think I care about these. Are you for real? Fine, walk-in closet is better than the previous option I had for this, at least. 2 more keys. Thankfully, this is a run where I want keys, but it does feel frustrating how often the walk-in closet in particular seems to basically refuse to give me large items. I know it can. I've seen them before. But it loves to just give me currency items. And I'm like, you prick. So we're pretty much done with this entire southern part of the building now, indefinitely. Oh, hello. 2 more dice? Why are these weirdly common? I almost wonder if your luck stat gives you more dice, but I don't know if my luck stat is still here. Your luck stat is raised from drafting a room from Rena's four-way place thing. But I don't have reason to think that it's permanent. I think it just says it raises your luck. Not that it raises your luck permanently. Security is fine. Lets me go north and south. So now I can try to brute force. Oh no. Wait, that doesn't matter. I can brute force it when it's a key card. That doesn't change it. Darkroom greenhouse. Yeah. Okay, so redraw. Redraw. Locksmith would be nice, but redraw. Give me her ladyship. Bro. Bro. There it is. I'm starting to wonder, like, is it not possible? The number of dice you need sometimes to accomplish something, man. Cupcake. 10 steps. Yep. We don't really need to be in this room specifically, but it is unlocked, so now we know we have a queen. So now I just need a king. And also everything else, but it probably will generate those ones more naturally, hopefully. It would be bad to generate a garage here. My layout is very not that open right now. Does this room have a chess piece in it? Everything's so small in this room. I don't know if I missed something. I don't see it. Alright, so now we want the office or the throne room. Oh, the study, that was an alternative for the queen. I think that's the room that taught me the painting puzzle. That's an easy one to forget. It, like, never comes up. Oh, key. I don't seem to have an extra key option, so I don't think I have a silver key, even though I do have a weird blank that I thought was a silver key. The showroom might be a chance to spend some money. Maybe even ways of getting more steps. The silver spoon. Yep, we want the silver spoon this run, because I'm going to spend all my steps increasing my lockpick skill. Opens all normal doors. I have 4. I could technically run out. I'm fine on gems, probably. I guess I'll get the master key. Alright, so now I can just open every door. I don't have to worry about my key supply. So that's nice, because I only had 4 left, and those could definitely run out. Sure, let's do the trove. Even more money. And for subsequent runs. All boxes marked by black contain memos that are true. The sun. But is this true or not? I don't know if I even want to document these anymore. It's such a convoluted series of rules, but I also don't know. It feels like it's all just in service of trying to solve where that one item is, but I already found it. I don't necessarily care anymore. I would like an open layout, please. I kind of want to draw the drafting studio. We need the throne room or the office, but that's not my priority right now. I'd like to draw an open floor plan that lets me go in all directions at once. So I want a red room that I can then use the shield on. Ah, the pool works. Okay, yeah, the pool lets me go left and forward. That's okay. I don't want to actively spam all of my stars away. Because I think I can't do this again until I reach 10 again. Gems that are useless to me. Nope, gems are still useful. I don't need keys anymore. We do need to keep some gem supply up. Laundry room. Laundering my currencies is not very compelling right now. These are a lot of locks that we're getting by. Sure, let's do the utility closet. Gymnasium off. Oops. Garage on. There's no garage though. Don't need to turn off security because I have the keycard for it. There's still the blank there. I assume this will resolve itself next run because I don't have the thing that lets me keep an item, so it won't keep the blank in my inventory. But I wonder what its deal is exactly. Downward pointing door is fine. Oops. You know, that's fine. Tasties, gems. Even more silly currencies. Will the tasty apply twice? Like, do I get 2 bonuses on my apples? Granted, I don't know if we'll get an apple. Are things 75% off now? How much of the things get duplicated by that effect? That's a great place for the passageway. Terrible place for a boiler room. I don't need keys or gems, so the storeroom's useless to me. Classroom's fine for the redraw, I guess, and it might give me an apple. How many is this worth? 16. What was the math on that? What's an apple normally worth? Did I get a +1 twice from the extra delicious? I don't know how much the extra delicious actually increases it by to begin with. Sure. Great Hall, I can spam open every door for free. And all it costs is me sitting through this animation 6 times in a row. Hello, aquarium. If that is your real name. Granted, I don't remember this room can spawn anything interesting. It has a lever if you want it. I'm gonna open this even though I know it's a dead end. Maybe it's not. Maybe it goes behind the left corner and it actually is where the left corner's loot is and they're both staggered. But I feel like their real estate doesn't fit very well. One door open, but I'm not really going there. But it's not part of my goal. Oops. What are you picking up on? Somewhere down here. We don't know what's in this room yet, though, so... Maybe it's something in the aquarium I didn't find? No, it's quieter over here. Dude, I am not seeing it. Oh, coin. Tiny coin. It's a fine place for arena. We are just getting all of our 4-way branches out of the way now. Which is a little funny. I'm gonna have to start spamming my rerolls soon if I don't get the rooms I need. And maybe I should be checking my list for every chest type, because maybe there's an off chance that I don't spawn anything that has some of them. I probably have a pawn. Let's see here. We're getting we're not that low on space yet, so let's go ahead and keep going. I still have the Knight's Shield. Sure, let's let myself be immune to this. No beep beeps. No beep beeps. The chapel's whatever. The foyer would end this path, which would suck. But wouldn't actually matter, actually, because I can go up there. Yeah, let's draw the foyer. Wait, no, I don't care about hallways being unlocked. Is there a chess piece in that room? The chapel has a chess piece. Let's spawn the chapel. And look around a little bit. Yeah, this one has the bishop in it. And then we can do the boiler room. Any dig spots? It's really variable whether or not there's dig spots down here. Do I even want to open something up with powered stuff? I don't know. But they're rare enough that's worth seeing what the option might be. The dark room. It's an acceptable connection point, and it's guaranteed to be powered, I believe, because it's the dark room. No? Really? I don't think I have the breaker. Oh, it's all the way up there. The utility closet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's just see if I can go this way instead of spending those steps, because that would suck. I really thought that the dark room would be forced to light itself back up because it's literally being pumped with power right now directly. That's kind of annoying. I wish the boiler room made the dark room not do its bad thing. Because like the power is going directly into it right now. It's glowing actively. Fuck. The thing I should have used this, that I would also like to use the shield on. Okay, I'm gonna level with you. The rotunda's really annoying, so I don't feel like spawning it. Closed exhibit kind of sucks. It's at a bad angle. I want maximum connections. Let's do the vestibule. I don't think I have 2 connections, so I don't think the vestibule's capable of locking me in here. And I think even when it does lock me in, I can just open the doors by unlocking them. So it shouldn't really matter. Alright, we've gone around the dark room. I'm happy that my step count is helping me out here. Secret garden will let me dig, as guaranteed to have multiple doors connecting things. And I also just, on principle, like to spawn the secret garden whenever it's an option. Maybe out of some kind of spite. Oops, I just closed it, didn't I? That's the same lever. Shit. Skip cutscene. It might be a little hard to get the full effect out of the lab that I want to. Because I do need to go all the way down and solve the chess puzzle, then run back into the facility. And I don't think you can reach those computers from the grotto. I think it just enables the stuff, but I think it doesn't work as a computer-y spot. Okay, we're getting low on spaces. Let's start checking things. Okay, so Chapel's Bishop. We have that. We have a rook. The vault, no. The bookstore, no. Clock tower, no. Conservatory, no. Nook. Reading nooks down there. Okay, we're good. We got a rook. We got a bishop. I need a knight. I think there's a knight in the security. Yes. And there's a billion pawns. There's a pawn in the storeroom. Yep, I have one of those. So pawn, rook, bishop, knight. That's all the pieces. And then king and queen. For ladyship is where I have a queen. For the king, I need a throne room or the office. It's weird that I don't have an office. I feel like I might have had the chance to spawn an office because it's fairly common, and then just blanked and didn't spawn it. I might have forgotten. In which case, whoops, but it shouldn't be that rare, so I should be able to spawn it via brute forcing the rerolls here. Conservatory. Yeah, I'll take the chance to do a conservatory. We have enough spaces to do the other things. I just need an office. But the conservatory is another long-term goal that lets me rebalance things that we would like to have rebalanced. Generally speaking. Boop, boop. 2 more keys that I don't need. Sometimes I wish I could sell them. I wish I could turn all of my resources into more money so that I could then turn the money into more steps somehow. Clock tower. The clock tower is not that not that useful, is it? It sometimes has a stopwatch on it, but only sometimes. And this effect, more keys based on how many of those you spawn. That's not that many, because I don't have that many rooms that do that in the first place. It's not a lot of rooms. Wine cellar is a good source of gems, so I'd like to make it a little more common, but I don't want to be that common because I don't want to spam myself with dead ends all the time, which I'm kind of already at risk of doing. I'm really mixed on this room. It's obviously very expensive, but I feel like it's plot important. Reclaim the crown. I don't know what the deal is with reclaim the crown. Let's make it a little more common because I just feel like it might be an important plot location and I don't want it to be really rare and hard to draw if it becomes a thing I need to draw later. And I don't want to, if I get the chance to do it again. First of all, do they want the crown from room 46 or the crown from the closed room or whatever? Either way, I should try to grab both crowns and bring them to that room. If I connect this just right, I could even get to that room and try to bring it there now. Crafting studio, parlor, casino. I need the office or an open layout that lets me connect these things better. I guess it's acceptable. I can go back down there to reroll the... Yeah, so let's connect this here. This gives me access to this room, but I have to go back to the underground area to open the back door. So I can try grabbing that crown, then bringing it to the throne room and see if it does something when I do that. Alright, so this has to be the office, or the throne room. Right? Yes. We're just going to spam this until it gives it to me. There might be more there might be more places that have kings, but I don't necessarily know them, unfortunately. We're down to 39! It might take a while for me to gain access to this rule again, so it might be hard to do the next step of solving this stage. Do I have the office already? Am I crazy? I don't see it. I hope I'm not overlooking it while I try to read too fast over these or something. Come on, office or throne room. Office. Okay. If I sound rushed, it's because I know that I only have like 25 minutes left for what I'm working on right now, but I'm trying to make a proper run. I wish this game had a save and quit. Not that it would be amazing, because I definitely would be opening the door to fucking up. Spread gold in the estate, why not? I'm pretty sure the vestibule's straight up powerless against me this run, because even if it does close a door, I think you can lockpick the doors that it closes, and I have the master key. Lockpick is not the accurate word to use when you're talking about that. Let's go to the foundation. This might not be the most efficient pathing. It's whatever. I'll just increase my lockpicking by however many I get to. We don't know how strong it is. It feels like a thing that you would do relatively few times, so it feels like maybe not that many iterations of using it would make you stronger. I also have the steps, so the more I run around, the more it might just not count them as negative against my steps. IDK, my BFF Jill. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. I talk about being efficient or not. I can go outside via the secret passage and do the chess puzzle, then go back into the throne room, and then when I'm inside there, when I finish checking the throne room to see if it's a thing, I can then go to the lab, activate the experiment, and spam my remaining things out of existence. And I can get some more steps if I go by the kitchen on the way in from the main entrance. Okay, I can do this. I have 20 minutes. The ticking clock. You hear me under tension mode. But I can be relatively cool under pressure when I have a schedule and a thing that I'm trying to accomplish where I know what I'm doing. It's just having to... this way. Having to puzzle solve under a schedule or do testing and stuff like that, that's where I get stressed. I'm like, think of the solution. And like having to think and iterate and innovate with a time limit is stressful. But just being in a hurry... I played all 4 pathologic campaigns. And there's a 5th one coming. Apologies for not getting to the Pathologic 3 demo yet. Although I never did get around to the Pathologic 2 demo, Marble Hornets. I thought it was just a demo, but it might have been, I think it was a standalone storytelling thing. And the new one's also a standalone thing, so I should cover it. Just, here's your little hint that it's on my radar, although this video's coming out far enough in the future that I might have covered it by the time this came out. Tell me I didn't forget where this thing is. Is this the chess room? Yes. Okay. Castle. The knight isn't visible? Okay, so... Her Highness's chamber is on the 4th. I really wish you could just look at your map from there. The office is up there. Chapel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Storeroom should be a pawn, I think. Nook is rook, middle 3rd. And then security should be knight. Some of these are pretty easy to remember. 5 up there. We got a decent number of them memorized to the point where we don't have to actively look them up, which is neat. Alright, so we're gonna lose the armory, unfortunately, which is gonna suck. I do want to keep drawing the axe and making things free. But I've got to get the king and then swap the king for... There's the king, right? Banner of the king. Each day you may choose a color. Rooms of that chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. Banner of the king. Alright. That can definitely have a value. Hope this works out and I'm doing it right, but thankfully I have multiple goals I'm juggling, which means I don't have to necessarily be that worried about if an individual one works out, because I'm following multiple leads. I very much appreciate that the game is constantly designed in a way where you always have multiple leads. It's just sometimes you have to do a bit of reflection in order to figure out what the multiple leads might be. And I definitely have an advantage there because I'm recording everything I do, and so I can sit here between sessions and obsess over my previous recordings and try to figure out what I might have missed and what I might have overlooked the previous time. And most people don't do that when they're playing video games, so that might be why some people find this game really frustrating. I have Uber notes. I have advanced notes. Okay, so my next goal was go by the kitchen to eat something, then go up to here to get the throne room thing and take it to the thingy. Anything else helpful to do while I'm around here? The lab is down here. Don't want to activate that yet. I can activate it via the office, so I don't need to do that from here. That's by the throne room. Alright, so if you were yelling at the screen, I caught up with why you were yelling at the screen. I don't have a throne room. I just looked at throne rooms a lot and thought about them a lot. But I don't actually have the throne room. It being in front of me fucked up my brain. Okay, never mind. Thing to keep in mind for the future. Try to get one of the thrones and bring it there. So I did not have a reason to go that far down, but I had to go near there to it's fine. Don't worry about it. I had to do the chess puzzle anyway, so I had to go in that approximate system. And I have the running shoes, so a decent amount of the steps didn't count. But, yeah. I wasted my time going and getting the lever because I don't actually... How much is it? 35! Okay. And 70! Okay. Banana! Big spoon. I'm the big spoon now. Security. Dining room. Dining room for big... Yes, dining room. By the way, I'm taking applications for big spoons. You do need to find me at a furry convention, though. That is the stipulation. Big meat. Ooh. 30 for showroom, and that turns into 60 with big spoon, which I got from the showroom. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm about to press tab so many times. Double checking if there's anything I'm forgetting. I don't have the room to sleep in to give me a key card next time. There's no way to get a I don't have a throne room, so there's no reason for me to hunt down the crown. Utility closet's dead to me. Sorry if I'm forgetting something, but I think I'm in the clear. I'm gonna go to the laboratory, start the experiment, and then increase my lockpicking skill by a lot. And then next time we're going to do the chess puzzle again while going for the rook. And I'm also maybe going to spend more time looking over those books to see if I can decode them any further and get more goals out of that. No reason to buy gems. That would just set me back. Oh, another apple, which is extra delicious. It's another 16. Jesus, man. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be satisfying. Experiment setup. Continue with experiment. Each time you look at your map, lose 10 steps, and then permanently increase your lockpicking skills. That lockpick. I cannot wait to get a lockpick again and see how strong it is. I was gonna say, like, I don't know, maybe it's really, maybe that buff is really strong, and maybe the buff's not that strong. But if the buff is weak, maybe part of my brain is like, maybe the lockpick has a fixed percentage chance of working, and maybe every time you increase your lockpicking skill, it gets 1% more likely to work. If that's the case, I might be increasing its likelihood by 21% right now, which is a lot. That is a significant buff, even if it's only 1% per. Anyway, if you don't like flashing, look away from the screen. I'm about to just smash the tab button a bunch because it's gonna take a while. So 3, 2, 1, flashing screen now. Blah 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 blah. Still doing it. Don't look at the screen, please. I'm mashing it. It's taking a while. I'm not really counting, so I don't know how. Okay, I'm going black now. Okay, we're good. The number's still going down, but my call of the day has already started. All right, you can look at the screen again. We did it. It's time to call it a day. Forcefully. You will call it a day, or we will call it for you. Another layout where I missed one corner, which is kind of agonizing. The good news is we accomplished the chess goal, and I just increased my lockpicking skill by a lot. The bad news is my star count went down by like 15, so it's going to take a bit to get 50 again. So it might be hard for me to achieve this again, given the kings and queens, but we'll see. Could RNG into it the old way, because I definitely have done it before without using up my having the star mechanic in the first place. But also there are a few ways of getting more stars. The conservatory, my 2 observatories, and the morning, well, the morning star is gone now. I lost access to the armory, unfortunately. After I do this puzzle, I might want to do the chess puzzle again as a background goal, just to gain access to the armory again, just because I want that axe. I want that axe to slash every expensive price. I want to make it so that, specifically, the main reason I didn't want to make the throne room even more common and make it super common, even though it might be a plot room, is because it costs 5 gems. If I can make it free, then who gives a shit? It's just a nice hallway then. That also might be plot important. Similarly, I would also like to make the trophy room free, because it gives you 8 gems. It costs 5 and then gives you 8, so it's always a benefit if you're already rich, which is a bit of a commentary perhaps, but I want to make it free, so it just gives me 8. Just give me 8, period, man. Just give it to me. But yeah, that book had some interesting bits of commentary there. I was talking about how art frequently has deeper meaning, and it's how we communicate important ideas and how we empathize with people. It's art is culturally important, not just in like a hoity-toity I'm important way. Oh, I'm so smart and significant because I understand art, but it's also like art is culturally important for like political movements and for like helping people understand important concepts about their own freedoms and their expression, their life, and their own happiness, and their queerness, and their racial identity, and so many other things. Like, art is so important to a healthy populace, just like education is and so on. Like, good education, not just government-funded work placing. And so it's interesting that then the game takes that sort of subtext and then makes it text, because this entire game is largely about how important that kind of art is. And they capstone that by having a new clue just be a book you are literally meant to decode the hidden meanings of in order to resist and like the existing situation. Like, it is your mom, who was a revolutionary, sending messages back to you via the house that she knew you would be in the future, and it's all tied to family and a culture and the interconnectedness and people caring about each other and sheltering each other and protecting each other, and that being used as a form of resistance against this fucked up country that we seem to be in, that's ambiguously not good in a lot of, and in some cases not that ambiguously not good. That's wild. That's it's not just like ludonarrative, it's also just like important messaging and a way of trying to get this stuff drilled into people's brains, because when people are anti-intellectual and they're dismissive of people caring about art, and they say that you're just thinking, you're overthinking it, and it's just Star Wars, man, or whatever the fuck. It's people failing to absorb these messages opens the door to them being co-opted by reactionary movements that are completely counter to the point of the stuff, but nonetheless will weaponize it in their own way when people do it that way. Like, one of the most absurd things is, like, Star Wars is explicitly anti-fascist, and Andor is even more into that. Like, it's about leaning into Star Wars anti-fascist things, but reactionaries fucking love Star Wars, and they, like, have a lot of messaging about trying to make all of the more subversive entries in the series the bad ones in order to, like, culturally, and like trying to like make it is really like it like people act exhausted that the Star Wars is a political battleground, but it was always about politics. So while it can be exhausting for your escapism, it's also like, that was the point of a lot of what it was doing, even according to George Lucas from day one, and explicitly to this day a lot of the time. And Star Wars is like one of the least important. I mean, it's not that important because it's not that deep and not that insightful, but it is important in that it's extremely popular and is about those ideas. So it has reach despite its relative shallowness, but it's worth unpacking. But yeah, just stuff everywhere. It's just a big deal. I cannot keep podcasting. I do need to go. Thanks for watching, and next episode, I'll hopefully come up with another goal besides just the chess puzzle, so I have more than I'm working on. But I have like 20 pages of notes to go back through. Red envelopes, that's over. Music sheets, find among the white trees under 2 stones. That one's done. What is left in here? If we count small gates, 8 dates, cracks, 8 safes. These notes are unhinged. They're not even in any meaningful order. I would sometimes skip forward to a new page just to find space, but then other times when I felt like I was doing a smaller note or was related to something else, I would like go backwards. So they're like really out of order too, in any intuitive way. Anyway, see you guys next time.